Abel is an agile character who has the tools to compete with almost any of the characters in Street Fighter IV, but is somewhat lacking when it comes to inflicting damage. To be successful with Abel, you'll need to minimize your mistakes and take advantage of every opportunity to inflict damage. Play patiently and wait for an opening before committing yourself to an attack. Abel's crouching heavy punch is a very useful tool that can lead to Abel's most damaging combos. It is a two-hit attack in which the first hit can be cancelled into his change of direction special move. The second hit launches an opponent into the air, allowing Abel to follow it with his falling sky arrow throw or ultra combo. You can also use Abel's focus attack to lead into his crouching heavy punch and end the combo with his soulless ultra combo attack. Abel's forward kick can be cancelled with a dash input and works as a good poking attack from a slight distance. If the attack connects, it can be followed by a combo or an attack of your choice. This works well to keep your opponent under constant offensive pressure. Finally, Abel's falling sky can be used as an anti-air attack, and as Marcel's roll works well for positioning and evasion. It goes through most attacks, can get Abel out of a corner trap, and is a good tool to use when an opponent is on the ground to avoid an attack while they're rising. You can rely on it to get you out of sticky situations, but do not become predictable with it or a skilled opponent will be able to punish Abel accordingly. Balrog, also known as Boxer to avoid confusion with international players, is a powerhouse character and considered one of the best in the game. Many of his attacks employ hyper armor, which allows them to go through single-hit attacks. His mid-low mix-up game is second to none, and he inflicts a significant amount of damage with almost any attack he connects with. Against a projectile-happy opponent, use Balrog's buffalo head to go through projectile attacks. Balrog's turn punch can also go through single-hit projectile attacks, and any other attacks thanks to hyper armor attributes during the initial part of its animation. In addition to going through attacks, it has armor-breaking properties, meaning that it cannot be absorbed by a focused attack or any attack with hyper armor abilities. Always keep a turn punch charged so it can be used anytime you see an opponent attempting a focus attack. Balrog's dash low smash and dash swing blow also have the ability to go through focus attacks and should be mixed up with the dash low straight, which hits low. Because the dash swing blow is an overhead attack, an opponent will have to react quickly to determine if they need to block high for the overhead or low for the dash low straight. Last but not least, Balrog's super and ultra combo have armor breaking abilities, allowing them to go through focus attacks or anything with hyper armor. When all of these armor breaking attacks are combined, it effectively shuts down an opponent's ability to use focus attacks in almost any situation. Ken is a combo powerhouse that can inflict significant damage at close range, or resort to zoning tactics from a distance. He has a wide variety of special moves, including a Hadouken projectile attack, Shoryuken anti-air attack, and Tatsumaki Senpu Kayaku on the ground or in the air. At close range, Ken's bread and butter combos generally begin with medium punch comboed into heavy punch. This is a quick and easy two-hit combo that can be finished in a variety of ways, including with a super combo or focus attack. You can also EX focus cancel many of Ken's combos, opening up even more options. From a distance, Ken can employ standard projectile zoning tactics. Use his Hadouken at varying speeds to keep your opponent at bay. If they attempt to jump over the projectile, hit them with an anti-air Shoryuken. If they use a focus attack to absorb the projectile, mix in an EX Hadouken to prevent this counteraction. Ken can repeatedly use his forward step kick to quickly cover ground and move across the stand. The attack pushes Ken forward a significant distance and executes fast enough to use multiple times consecutively, while forcing your opponent to remain in a defensive position. Ryu is the definition of a projectile-based character. His Hadouken is the fastest projectile attack in Street Fighter IV and should be one of your main offensive tools. From a distance, vary the speed of the Hadouken to keep your opponent guessing. If they jump over the projectile attack, knock them out of the air with Ryu's Shoryuken. If they use a focus attack to absorb the Hadouken, mix in an EX Hadouken to prevent them from using this tactic. Ryu's Shoryuken is his best anti-air attack. If you trade hits with an aerial opponent, you can almost always connect with an EX Hadouken, super combo, or ultra combo before the opponent lands. This combination of attacks is also possible after a light punch Shoryuken without the need to trade hits. Both tactics inflict a considerable amount of damage and should prevent your opponent from jumping in to attack. At close range, use Ryu's crouching medium kick. It has good reach and can easily combo into a Hadouken or Tatsumaki Senpu Kayaku. You should also mix in Ryu's collarbone breaker overhead attack and solar plexus strike to keep your opponent pinned down and unable to initiate their offense.
Street Fighter 4.